Where were you going? Where were you going?
I just got back from a run. Oh my God. It seriously feels like it's 112 degrees in here. The day we're taping this, it's very hot and humid. Probably not even that hot. It's more humid.
That's because we have the air conditioning off. Well, after this, we can turn it back on.
We have the loudest air conditioner on the planet.
If it was central air, it would be so much better.
We used to have nice, quiet air conditioners. Lisa and I bought quiet air conditioners, okay? So anyway, the apartment complex then decided a couple years after that, they wanted their own air conditioners in every unit. So Lisa and I had to take our
Perfectly brand
new air conditioners
that were
out
quiet and very energy saver.
and to put those pieces of shit in.
But then when you saw what they took out of other people's places, you were happy, weren't you?
Yeah, because if you saw some of what people had in their apartment as air conditioners,
Holy crap.
fire hazard after fire hazard after
Fire
fire
hazard.
hazard. I'm like, oh my God, thank God they made it mandatory for the building to install their own ACs, because look at what people have.
Some of them didn't
We were
even-
looking outside.
Yep.
It was a pile of garbage. There were air conditioners that looked like they were from the 60s and 70s.
They were brown.
They were paneling.
Yeah.
They had paneling on their air conditioners.
Paneling
I'm like,
on the
how
front.
do people still have ACs with paneling?
It's because they were so old, and some didn't even have the full enclosure. They took that off and shoved it back in.
Okay, this is why we do the show with no AC. Can you do me a favor and put it on?
Oh boy. Okay. I'll be back.
Listen to how freaking loud this is. This is why we have to have our air conditioning off when we do this show. It's gonna kick on any second. That's fine.
Here it goes.
That's fine. Come on, come back. We'll just do the show with that on. I just want everybody to see what we have to deal with. It's probably even louder in person
It is loud.
than what they're hearing.
Probably. But it kicks. It always kicks.
It does.
It constantly kicks. I can hear and feel it in my room when it kicks. Boom. It's like, jeez.
Like it'll go off for a little while when it reaches its ideal temperature, whatever you send it to.
Yeah.
But no, like then the compressor, it
Kicks.
kicks on. And it's like somebody's pissed at the wall.
Yeah, and I can feel it like it kicks.
It's just like a big thump.
Thud. Yeah.
I've got the same air conditioner in the bedroom. I've got to listen to that at night.
And it kicks.
Although there is a mode you can put it on where it won't kick as much.
Yes, but it still does it.
The one that kicks a lot,
It's orange.
yeah, what's that mode? That's energy saver.
But
If you put it on energy saver mode, it shuts off
and turns
and
back
turns back on more frequently. So you
Then-
keep hearing like a continuous like kicking every 10 minutes.
But the ones that we had that, and it didn't do the kicking.
The ones we had were great.
You're quiet, and they fit.
The ones we bought were almost as quiet as central air.
Yeah.
Oh, I lived in a house in California one summer. Well, it was like a long visit. My first time I was ever there. I spent the whole summer there. The house was super nice. Had central air.
My condo did too.
Yeah, in the floors. Just had nice
Yeah,
nice little holes in the floor.
Yeah, and there's a vent.
Air would come. Nice little vents.
Yep.
You don't hear anything.
Nope, you just feel it. And in every room, I had it set up where you had your own little control, so you can actually shut it off from any room.
I love central air. If we ever move, we have to move someplace that has central air.
That'd be a treat again.
Because I don't want to have to listen to loud, annoying sounds just to stay cool.
And the central air also pumped the heat if it was for the winter.
When we try to watch TV,
We can't with that on.
it's annoying. You have to crank up the TV loud or shut the AC off. It's one or the other. It's like, I don't want to have to make that kind of choice. I would like to be nice and cool while we watch television.
Yeah, thank you.
Can't do that with these ACs.
That's why during like the colder months and we have heat, I'm out here more because that's not destroying my viewing pleasure.
And you know what? That's not even as loud as it usually gets.
Yeah,
A lot of times, like the grid in the front will
Vibrate.
So,
How many?
like the kicking noise isn't enough. Then, a lot of times on top of the kicking is the loud air compressor and the vibrating plastic grid on the front.
Yep, and at the top, that thing vibrates too. You know, ours never did any of those things.
We still have our air conditioners that we bought.
Gonna have to move them to a different closet though.
That's fine. We can move them to a different. I would prefer to move them into the
but
wall
we can't.
and use them again.
But we can't.
But where we live wants the kicking air conditioners.
You know, ours fit perfectly. All we had to do is put tape around it to keep anything from coming and going out.
The ones we bought ourselves were fine. They were perfect. But they figured they would buy the thumpers
and then
annoy everybody who wants to stay cool.
And they said that they would pay us for ours if
it was a certain model, if it was a certain
year.
Certain year.
Yeah, certain
if
year.
It wasn't too old. And I know ours weren't too old. They were only 2 years old.
But then they said it just went over the limit.
They used some kind of technicality where they said, no, we can't purchase yours.
Because it's what is it? Like it was like 3 months like over.
I don't even remember exactly. It was some stupid reason.
It was 3 months over because that's what Leela said.
So now we have 2 air conditioners that we love, but they have to stay in a closet.
Yeah.
And now the 2 they replaced them with
make noise.
Very, very
noisy.
Loud.
Noisy.
I mean, we're nearing the end of summer anyway. We probably will only need them like another month, but still, it's just annoying. You know what I mean?
It's either be cool and not hear much and not really be in the same room as them, or burn up and have them off.
They're actually behaving. It's actually quieter than it usually is.
Yeah, that'll change if you leave it on for a long time. You got to realize that. For how long it's been on, that's the time it starts.
All right, shut it off again.
Oh, thank God.
It's still annoying me. It's not as loud as usual, but it's still annoying me.
Makes my ears do the tinnitus thing where my ears are ringing when I'm in the same room as these things.
Now listen. Beautiful, quiet, like a library.
My ears are ringing.
I mean, it's perfectly quiet when the refrigerator behind me isn't thumping.
Why do they keep giving us things that make tons
Every
of noise?
appliance they give us makes noise.
It's so,
Don't know why.
It's so unnecessary.
That refrigerator sporadically
sounds like
revs up
like a car.
Like it wants to take a drive around the block. And I don't know why it does it.
I think it's because it has a condenser in it too, like that, and its condenser's really loud.
What the hell is wrong with condensers? Why do condensers have to be so loud?
They don't have to be.
You looked up that fridge too. It's a Frigidaire.
Yeah.
And the information Lisa found out about it is out of all the models of refrigerators,
It's one of the loudest.
Frigidaire is the loudest, right?
Yes.
Is it the loudest or one of the loudest?
It's the loudest.
The loudest. We have the loudest fridge, the loudest air conditioners. So we have to shut everything off when we tape.
Except
Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to hear us.
Forget it. I remember when the ice maker was on, that thing, the machine on the inside would make so much noise.
Yeah, before Lisa broke the ice maker,
I didn't break
that used to make noise too.
I didn't break that.
You said a screw fell out.
Yeah, me pushing the button to make ice, not me breaking it. It just broke.
We could replace the fridge, but we just got that
Yeah.
like about a year and a half ago.
Yeah, there's no reason to replace it.
So now we make ice the old-fashioned way. Lisa
Trays.
forgets to fill the trays
No,
up.
I don't. They're
and-
always full.
They are?
Yeah.
Because usually you forget.
Look,
The one time I bring it up, she filled the trays up.
I always feel it when I'm the last one to take out the last ice cube.
What are you talking about? This is almost empty.
Yeah,
There's
when I-
only 4 cubes.
Yeah, when I take the 4 cubes out, I will then fill the entire
That's
ice.
not what you just said, though.
The other
You
ones
said
are-
they're all full.
Look at the bottom.
This one is.
Yeah, and the 2 other
What's wrong
ones,
with this one?
I didn't take the rest of ice out yet. And then look in the bottom. See, those 2 are full.
Okay, yeah, they're full.
So like I said,
Almost all full, except for this one that must have did something wrong to you.
no, I took out the ice and I don't put water into it until it's all empty because I tried filling up the few ice cubes that are there before and it always messes up the other ones that are there.
Okay, it's time for me to get a haircut soon. It's reached that point. It's just too long.
Well, you know.
I mean, I don't look good with short hair. I like to have it long, but it reaches a point where it's just
Unmanageable for you?
unruly.
Or you have to do too much to keep it in place?
Yeah, it gets to be a hassle. Then in the summer, like now, it's warm.
You don't want it so much sticking to your
I don't want it to be too short, but I don't want it to be too long either. It's like a medium balance. I got to keep this at. Right now, it's getting on the longer side.
I remember my brother had a protest going where he didn't want to get
Hit
his,
a protest.
with cutting his hair. And so his hair was like a mop for a
What do you
long
mean a
time.
protest? Was somebody making him cut his hair?
My dad.
Oh, your dad gave him an ultimatum,
Yep.
and your brother said, "Screw you! I'm not cutting my hair.
Yeah.
I'm putting up a protest."
Essentially. And so he stopped going to the barber. He stopped showering. He stopped changing his clothes.
Wait a minute. He stopped showering.
It was a dirty protest.
Sounds like your ex-boyfriend.
No, he showered. My brother didn't smell like crackers. He smelled like BO. And he didn't cut his hair. He smelled like a hippie.
What's wrong with people?
Well, lots of things, I'm sure. So yeah, his hair was so long it would go in his face like one of those mop
My
dogs.
brother had long hair too, but this is during a time where,
It was fashionable.
yeah, this is like late 60s, 70s. Long hair was just a thing.
No, my brother was doing it to again, protest getting a buzz cut.
What's wrong with your brother? What's wrong with my brother? Why is every brother a problem? Why can't they just all be nice and normal?
You're asking too much.
Oh, I'm sorry. Never want to ask siblings to be normal because you're asking too much. I have one brother, no sisters. I get gypped in the sibling department because the one sibling I have
Is a jerk?
doesn't like to be nice. Can't play nice with his blood. If you know what I mean. Me being
His
family.
blood, yeah.
Blood. Can't play nice. It's always got to be
A fight?
issues. He's the only one who can be right about anything. Don't question him about anything. Do everything that he says, or else something is wrong with you. Okay, I can't even deal with that, so I don't talk to him anymore.
Well, another thing is that he contacted me. It demanded, not asked, demanded that I set up a mailing system for him.
He comes off as nice. He's one of these people you'll meet once and you'll leave the conversation saying, "Oh, that was a nice, personable guy. What a nice dude."
Until
It doesn't take long. But then down the road, you'll see how he's an issue in life.
yeah, like
I wish he wasn't like that. I would love to have a good relationship with my brother.
It's okay.
I mean, at least if I had another brother or another sister, it could kind of balance
Out.
out things a little bit. But when your one sibling is a problem and he's an issue and you don't get along with him, you feel like you have nobody in the world. Lisa has the same problem
But,
with her brother.
no, but I have more siblings and I don't talk to any of them.
They're all wacky.
And the one that wasn't decided that she was too busy.
I've got one wacky brother. She has numerous wacky siblings. So it's even worse.
Worse.
What else can I say? Except that we'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah.
This has been Jay-Z Crazy.